This lesson goes with Kittel and Hoffer's lesson 44, focusing on the Hoffer. Here is our sentence for this lesson. Let's begin by pronouncing. Ata horeta lada'at ki Adonai hu ha'elohim ein od milavado. Ata horeta lada'at ki Adonai hu ha'elohim ein od milavado. Okay, now we can translate almost this entire sentence fairly easily. So let's begin with the word highlighted here in red. Ata, you. Let's skip the verb for the moment and look at la da'at. This, of course, is cal infinitive construct of yada, meaning to know. Ki, that. Adonai, the Lord. Who. Now this means he, but it can also indicate a verb. So the Lord, he is ha-Elohim, God. So to know that the Lord is God, or to know that the Lord, he is God. Ein, this is our particle of negation. There is not, or there is no, or there is none. Ain't nothing there. Od means still, yet, or again. And we'll have to work on this word just a little bit in a minute. Alright. Now this word is more difficult. Milavado. So milavado is made up, of course, of three parts. The first is o, which means him. Levad, which means alone. And min, which is a partitive, so away from, or here probably apart from. So milavado, apart from him alone. So let's place in our sentence. So to know that the Lord is God, there is not again apart from him alone, or there is none other than him alone. This leaves us with our verb, horeta. Let's look at horeta. First thing you notice, of course, is this is a second masculine singular affix. So we can get that right away. Then you'll notice, and when we start thinking about the stem, that you have a he preformative on the verb here. This will make us think hifil. This E-class vowel here also might make us think hifil, although we will see in a minute that this is not a reliable marker. The reason we will be skeptical of hifil, of course, is because of this O-class vowel, horeta. So what we have here is a hifil, but with an U-class vowel in the first syllable. So instead of hifil, we have hufal, or hofal. The root here, of course, is ra'ah. You've lost your hey, and because this is a third aleph, or because the aleph is the remaining vowel, it's played with that. There's no yod. In any case, this is ra'ah, hofal affix, second masculine singular, no special features. So if we think of the meaning, ra'ah means to see. In the hifil, hireh means to show. So in the hofal, hofal is passive of hifil. So hireh, to show, horeh, to be shown, horeta, you were shown. So we can translate this whole verse now. Ata horeta lada'at ki Adonai hu ha'elohim ein od milavado. You were shown to know that the Lord, he is God. There is none again apart from him. We can smooth this quite a bit. You were shown in order to know. Lamed can have that sense of in order. We've talked about that lamed plus infinitive construct purposive. You were shown in order to know that the Lord is God. There is no one else apart from him, or there is no other apart from him. Let's look at the Hoffer forms of strong roots. Here's the affix, Hofkad. From here, the form is exactly what you would expect. Hofkad, Hofkada, Hofkadta, Hofkad, Hofkadti, Hofkadu, Hofkadu, Hofkadtem, Hofkadten, Hofkadnu. A couple of things to notice here. One is we have a hey preformative in every case, just like in the Hifel. However, instead of an E-class vowel in the Hif feel, we have an O-class vowel for the Ho-fall. So Ho all the way down. This is the clear indicator of the Ho-fall. Notice also that we have an A-class vowel in the Ho-fall. So we have Hif feel with an E-class vowel, but Ho-fall with an A-class vowel. This A-class vowel reduces in the forms where the prefix or where the affix begins with a vowel. So Hofkada, Hofkadu. We also have a second form of the Ho-fall affix, which looks like this. Notice the only difference here is we have an U-class vowel. So instead of an U, a shurek, instead of Hofkad, we have Hufkad. The rest of the paradigm, Hufkad, Hufkada, Hufkadta, Hufkat, Hufkadti, Hufkadu, Hufkadtem, Hufkadten, Hufkadnu. So this is exactly the same paradigm. It's just that we have a shurek instead of a comment satuf. Let's look now at the forms of the Hofall prefix. Third masculine singular, Yof-kad. Here we have a U-class vowel, the comments hatuf. In the Hifil, of course, we have Yaf-kid. In the Hofall, Yof-kad. Notice this A-class vowel here. Yaf-kid in the Hifil, Yof-kad in the Hofall. So then we can run the rest of the paradigm. Tofkad, Tofkad, Tofkidi, Ofkad. Notice in all these cases we have the U-class vowel comments hatuf. Yofkadu, Tofkadna, Tofkadu, Tofkadna, Nofkad. So the comment hatuf marks this clearly all the way through. Like the affix, there's also a second form of the prefix, which looks like this, Yufkad. Here we have a shurek instead of a comments hatuf. Otherwise, the paradigm is the same. So Tufkad, Tufkad, Tufkadi, Ufkad, Yufkadu, Tufkadna, Tufkadu, Tufkadna, Nufkad. Finally, we can look at a couple of other forms of the Hofall. The imperative form never appears in biblical Hebrew. So we could guess what it would be based on the prefix, which is Yofkad. You could assume that it would be Hofkad, but it never occurs, and so we don't need to learn it. Participle occurs in two forms, Mofkad and Mufkad. Just like the other participles that we've learned, other than the cow, it's marked by an initial mem, and otherwise it looks pretty much like the prefix. So Mufkad and Mofkad. The infinitive construct, like the imperative, also does not appear anywhere in the Hebrew Bible, and so we don't need to learn that form. Infinitive absolute has two forms, Hofkad and Hufkad. Essentially, these forms, the participle and the infinitive absolute, you need to be able to recognize them, but not to form them. And so if you see a mem performative or a hey performative with a U-class vowel, then you're thinking Hofall. All right, you've done nice work, and that is enough for now. We will continue to encounter the Hofall in different forms as we go. But for now, learn the strong roots. Good job.